I suppose my ability to solve problems comes from my relationship with my dad. When I grew up, he was a mechanic and a guy who was always turning wrenches and always figuring out problems. And as I developed my career in professional audio, I've always had the same sort of intuition, I suppose. I've always been about trying to identify the problem and let's figure out the cleverest way to get there. Chameleon's got a great history. It's very much a Seattle company. Started by Pacific Pro Audio in downtown Seattle. It was one of the really coolest pro audio stores in town. The idea was they were in the business of selling some really high-end analog gear and digital gear. And they said, we'd love to bring more people into the high-quality analog side of things. Let's figure out how we can make some of these mic preamps and compressors and get them made at a lower price. And here I came along and I felt that it's exactly what I wanted to do. It's always been part of my mantra. Let's keep the signal chain purely analog. I think one of the key reasons why we are involved in analog is because we are so passionate about it. Figuring out all of the details associated with a given product. So schematic, board layout, prototyping, stuffing the boards, testing the boards on the bench, making them pass audio, and then taking them to the street and spending time with people using them.
We had Mark Lanigan here with Mike Watt, and we had Neil Young's engineer up here, John Hanlon. And then Peter Frampton was here, and Kurt Cobain, Dave Grohl, Eddie Vedder, you can go down a list of people. Currently, we've been doing a lot of work with Ryan Lewis and Macklemore. Some of these guys just want that old sound. They want it. They're looking for the frickin' vibe, and that's what they're looking for. It's the new thing. People want to get back to the analog. If you listen to a good analog recording on a great set of speakers or medium set of speakers, don't matter. You'll hear the difference.
Yeah, this has been really...
Marcelo's a man that I admire, his expertise in audio circuitry. The 7603, it's the new thing. It's the new thing in analog. I think it's the hottest thing going right now. And I was really blown away by it. It's low noise, it's upfrontness, it's clarity. And he's the guy that's, it's right on the top of the food chain here in the greater Northwest area.
Quite honestly, I don't have to spend a lot of time going into studios and meeting people like Robert, guys who are been around for 20, 30 years to convince them of anything I do because they literally put it into the rack, they mic up a piano, they mic up a vocalist, and they'll tell you straight up what they think. And they've had the benefit of knowing what it is that they're looking for, knowing what it is that they need to hear to determine whether you have something good or bad. The reason I do it is because I think that there's millions of people, certainly in the latest generation of people trying to make art, that've never been exposed to it. I've always had trouble explaining to people what it is exactly I do, but hopefully they take away that there's this group of crazy people up here in the Northwest that is completely consumed with the process of making analog-based products. And we hope to be part of so many of these different stories of people, creating music that have inspired people all over the world.